barn find hunter, we find lots of vehicles that are like, you know, Falcons and Chevelles, and we like to find, you know, rare cars, but we don't have a choice. We find what we find, and we're about to see a car that we can't tell you who owns it, and we can't tell you where it is. But we have a guy in the car who has known about this car since he was a young guy, since he was a kid. 16. Bill Warner, who is the founder and chairman of the Amelia Island Concours, to show us a car that is one of the most desirable on the planet. It's a good day. There he is. So here we are, in front of a door, and I've not seen what's inside there, but this man has seen it, I think when he was 16 years old.
16 years old.
This is Bill Warner, chairman and founder of the Amelia Island Concours, the Elegance in Florida. And I don't know where we are. We had to blindfold ourselves to get here, but Bill, why don't you take it over?
Well, this car belongs to a longtime friend of mine, and like I said, I saw it when I was 16 years old. It is a true garage barn find. It's a fabulous car that is all original. I mean, all original. It was done in primer many, many years ago with the anticipation of repainting. It's never been repainted. All the chrome trim's off and is in the car. Shall we tell them what it is or unveil it?
Nah, let's
unveil it.
I mean, it's the 43rd Nash, is that what it is?
Yeah, something like that. There you go. The 43rd Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing built. Jeez. And you can tell the early cars because of the bolt-on eyebrows over the wheels.
Seriously, is that?
Yeah, the later ones that they had them molded in. These have a little gasket behind them.
Look at
and
that.
Bolt-on. And there are a lot of little subtle differences. We've had some friends from Mercedes look at the car, and the grill's different from the later cars. It was more hand fabricated. So this is a very, very early, you could almost call it a prototype. They were still on the learning curve when this car was being built.
So tell me, do you remember seeing this the first time?
Yeah, it was on the second floor of a building in an undisclosed city, and they had several cars there. They had a 41 Cadillac Fastback, but this one struck me as particularly unique because you know, even back then when I was 16 years old, this was a supercar. And,
was it in primer when you
just
saw
like
it?
that?
Just like that.
Yeah.
So this car is what year?
It's a 54.
54, and it was last on the road when do you think?
Oh, I don't know. Probably in 56, 57. The gentleman who owned it drove it for about 2 years.
Man.
I think he told me he paid somewhere around $4,000 for it new, which was a princely sum back in those days because a new one was about $6,000, $7,000.
Now look at all the rubber around here.
So, oh yeah,
so this was kept in a non-cooled.
I mean, it was just like in a warehouse, and this is original dirt. I mean, this is you don't see something like this very often. Man, still on the original. I think they're Englebert tires.
No kidding. And, oh, look at that. Yeah, competition.
Yeah, really
these are directional tires. They had an arrow pointing for the direction of the rotation. I didn't know they had them back then.
I didn't either. No outside rearview mirrors, you know, none of that stuff that went along. But it's just stupendous. I mean, the car has not been touched.
These I guess these cockpits were pretty toasty.
Yeah, that was the vent. You know, there's some styling cues that came off this car that later showed up in some American cars. You remember, like the 58 Chevy Impala had the fake vents back there. He got it from Mercedes-Benz. The twin ridges down the hood on this car were copied by Chevrolet for the 56 Corvette.
Now, did they have a function, or was that purely styling?
I think it's both functional to give strength to the hood.
Oh, okay.
But with Chevrolet, it was strictly styling. They were trying to, you know, identify with success, and certainly the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL was the successful and iconic car of its time.
Now look at this decal here. Look at this. Sports Car Club of America.
Is there a date on it?
No, but look at that.
Don't take all the good dirt off of it. I mean, this is original dirt.
Man, look at that. See, it was wonderful because somebody owned this who liked sports cars, not a collector or an investor.
Yep.
But somebody loves sports cars.
And here it is, all original. Right down to the hose clamps, hoses, everything. Now, obviously, the car needs a full restoration. I mean, it would be nice if this could be reconstituted without a full restoration. Unfortunately, this one would require a full restoration.
So I'm assuming, since the wheels and the hubcaps are like an off-white, that this body was also off-white, but you've never seen it.
I've only seen it in primer.
Yeah.
I'm sure the paint code will tell you what it is. There's the plate over there with the paint code. And I was trying to see if we get the number on this car is, I'm pretty sure, 450043. I'm sure it's 43.
But you think about all the Gullwings that have been gone through restoration after restoration, and this has never been touched.
Never been touched.
Unbelievable, man. Now, I don't know anything about horsepower on these.
Yeah, I forget, it was somewhere.
180 or something?
Yeah, somewhere a little over 200, I think, 220, something like that.
So they have a rag stuffed in the throttle body so mice don't go in. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Now, Bill, check out this distributor cap.
Yeah, everything's melted.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, all the little rubber boots and just.
And you look at all this rubber trim around the hood, around the windows.
But if you go around the other side, open the door, all the chrome trim, everything's inside. The interior is all original. There you go. And you can see they've taken the trim off and just stored it inside, but all the original interior, all the bumpers, trim.
And the mileage on there is 35,308 miles.
Yeah.
Very cool. I wonder if this flips down here. Can you hold this door up?
Yeah. Here. Yeah, it still flips.
In the bumper.
Yeah.
So entering these cars took a little bit of gymnastics, and women in dresses did not like Gullwing Mercedes because they had to cross this bridge here with the leg spread. For the driver to get in, it was difficult. But when you, sorry about that. But when you flip this wheel down, a driver could slide in more easily. So what Bill was saying is that the star is actually handmade.
Yeah, the earlier cars, the star was done differently than the later cars. In fact, when our guests from Mercedes looked at it, they had questioned it, but when they did some research, they found the very early cars were fabricated a little differently.
So this does look like it's handmade. I mean, I can almost see it's kind of hand beaten around there.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. You just don't find them like this.
No.
You know? Or if they do, I'm not aware of them.
I don't know if this door opens. So this one actually goes right up. Wow. So the bumper, I don't know if that's bent or if that's the way it's supposed to be.
No, they curved around like that. There is a little pinch in the top of it, though.
Mm-hmm. See, this is kind of an Old English looking white color, so that's why I assumed the car was that color. Oh, there's a tool set. Oh, there's no tools in it. There's a tool bag. I don't know if that's probably a jack rod or something. Horn, windshield wipers, blinker. I'm afraid that something might jump out at me here. So these cars didn't have like the Roadster headlights. They had the round headlights.
Yeah, this is a US car.
Nice 300 SL's logo here. I guess there was no glove box. It doesn't look like it. It's like a roll bar down here. What would you say it would cost to restore this car?
I'd hate to guess, but somewhere north of $500,000 in 2 years. Yeah, to do it right.
Right.
I wish we could read that serial number.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna call Michael Coons on the serial number.
Michael Coons runs the Mercedes-Benz Classic Center in Irvine, California.
Mr. Coons, I hope I didn't wake you up. I got a quick question for you. On the Mercedes serial number, like the one here, 450043. 45, is it a 54 or a 55? It's a 54. That's what I thought. Yeah. They don't do like 540043, but the 4 indicates it's a 54. It's backwards. Why do they do that? Okay, I'll let them know. All right, bye-bye. In Germany, for whatever reason, the first 2 numbers for the year were reversed. A 56 would begin 65. A 54 would be a 45. And I said to my expert, why? He says, I don't know. It's a German thing. So there you go.
According to the Hagerty price guide, in concours condition, which means concours are the best in the world. They're clean, there's no dirt in the tire treads, all the painted and chrome surfaces are mirror-like, there's no dust, $1.3 million. If we go down to excellent, one step down, $1.1 million. If we go to the third level, good, is $1 million, which they say is the average price for a Gullwing between all different levels of condition. And in fair condition, number 4 is $940,000. Now they increase that by, if it has Rudge knockoff wheels, which are the accessory wheels, add $50,000 for those wheels. Well, this does not have the Rudge knockoff wheels. Add, this is something, $20,000 for fitted luggage. There was luggage that was fitted into the trunk of this car. Well, it doesn't have fitted luggage. Oh, I don't know. It might be in there, but I doubt it. We can't get the trunk open. It says add $2,500 for the Becker radio, and there is no radio in this car. So, this car, fair condition. I think fair has to run. This probably doesn't run. So I guess this is worth something in the area of $900,000 the way it sits, is what I'm guessing. You would have to have some Mercedes-Benz specialists coming here to do an actual appraisal on it. But one of the most valuable cars we've ever found on this series for sure. I guess we'll put this back in its tomb and close the door, and maybe I'll come back in 20 years. We can look at it again.
I hope we're both able to.
Yeah. Thank you, Bill.
I'm going to leave him there, right?
Yeah, we'll be back in 20 years.